I always think back, this is kind of sad actually.
So, can you say your name for me?
Hi, I'm Lily Bowler.
The world of dance shapes someone's entire life. While this world offers beauty and artistry, it also carries immense pressure around mental health issues stemming from perfection and body image. Today, we're going to get Lily Bowler's perspective on her mental health. Lily is a dancer at Santa Clara University and will be performing in 6 shows this winter.
I have been in a performing company since I was 5 years old, so like 13 years, I think.
Okay, wow. And then,
Yes.
what dance do you do?
I do every style, but for non-dancers, that means like ballet, jazz, tap, hip-hop, lyrical, musical theater, all of it.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever struggled with, any, mental health issues in the past, aside from dance? Anything in general?
I feel like, yes, outside of dance, but most of my mental health issues come from dance, originated from dance.
Okay, wow. Could you,
So,
go into, depth about,
yeah.
those types of issues that you've been having?
I feel like a main one which a lot of dancers can relate to is body image issues, because obviously you're dancing in front of a mirror in a skin tight leotard and tights and tiny little costumes your whole life, and obviously that takes a toll on you having to look at your body in that way for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's see what else. Also, a lot of dancers have the need to feel perfect when they're performing in front of an audience or in front of their strict teachers and stuff like that.
Yeah. So how would you describe perfectionism, for yourself? Is it, the need to be perfect, within yourself or, compared to other people?
I feel like for me, it's more of being perfect for myself, and I get hard on myself, not because I think other people will think I'm bad, but it's more just a self-centered thing.
Okay, yeah. Have you ever do you have a distinct memory, and it's okay if you don't, but a memory of when either your body dysmorphia or your perfectionism ever actually affected you?
Yeah, I always think back, this is kind of sad actually, but in 3rd grade, I literally was 8 years old, and that was my first memory of looking in the mirror and being unhappy with what I saw back. In my leotard, we wore Halloween costumes and stuff, and I noticed that I looked different than the other girls, and from that point on, I became so hyper aware of am I fat, am I not skinny enough to dance, that kind of thing. And also it's not a specific memory, but every time I would perform on stage, I remember the times I mess up. And there's this one time in a dance on stage where I went 2 counts earlier than everyone, and we were standing in a straight line, and I started the choreo before everyone, and yeah, it turned into a meme. No one else cared, everyone thought it was funny, but I was obviously down on myself for that.
Yeah, I've definitely been there. And then have you ever felt pressure from coaches, parents, friends to try and be the best?
I think yes, but I also grew up in a very supportive studio. It wasn't a competition studio, which has a big stereotype of being toxic in that way. But as I got older, or even when I was younger, I was in the highest level you could be in. So as I kept staying in that high level and getting older, I had an expectation for myself kind of to be the best I could possibly be. So I'd say being able to talk about it, finding people that you can relate to or that can support you that aren't dancers, because I always go to my mom, or my friends from outside of dance are really helpful. And relating to perfectionism, I think it's hard to not go super hard on yourself, but take it easy, because some people you're gonna have a hard day every once in a while, and that's just how it goes. But like being able to separate your life, like once you leave the dance studio, you realize like that didn't matter anymore, like for anything else, and just like being able to like isolate those emotions outside of your life.
Yeah. Lily's story reminds us that even in art, there is built-in discipline and perfection. There's real power in vulnerability and acceptance. Her story reveals how the pursuit of perfection can impact a dancer's well-being and how finding balance, self-kindness, and joy in movement the right way can be truly healing. Lily's story inspires others to find grace not just in their movement, but in themselves.